Did you hear that theme of keep my commandments? So I thought this morning we might tell the original commandments story, the 10 best ways, otherwise known as the 10 Commandments. So I've got a godly play materials over here, and I'm going to push our little table forward, and I want to invite everyone who would care to come a little closer to make sure that you can see all of the pieces. So why don't we just take a moment and get ourselves ready? Let's get the materials. Do you know what this is? This is a piece of the desert. It's a long way from home, and the desert can be a very dangerous place. And you may recall the story of Moses and the people, and they left Egypt and they were free. And they rejoiced, and Miriam led the dancing. Anybody remember that story? Yeah, okay. So we have that story. And then in God's love, God saw the people through the desert, and there was a pillar of smoke by day and fire by night to lead the people through the desert. And did you know that even after all of this, the people started to complain? Yeah, they did. And even though, and they talked to Moses, and Moses was like, God's got your back, and God did. And God gave them food and helped them to find water. And yet, the people weren't getting along so well. And eventually, they came upon a great mountain. Mount Horeb, I believe, is the name. And Moses said, I'm going to come up to this mountain and see if I can't find God. And sure enough, Moses got to the top of the mountain, which is now starting to crumble. I guess the mountain was afraid of meeting God too. And Moses said, God, we need a little bit of help. And God came close to Moses, and God gave Moses the 10 best ways. And so Moses came back down with those 10 best ways and gave them to the people. And we're going to put them off onto the side for a moment. The first one of those 10 best ways is to love God. We need a little bit more mountain here. Hold on. And the next one is to love people. And the next one says to remember that God loves you. I wonder what these make. Yeah, go ahead. A heart. Yeah. And then God said, don't serve other gods. And make no idols to worship. and be serious when you say my name. Keep the Sabbath holy. Honor your parents. Don't kill. I hear the church say, Don't break your marriage. Don't steal. Don't lie. And then we have, don't even want what others have. Now, this is what God called the 10 best ways, laid out, as you might imagine, like flagstones, a way to follow. God does not say that these are the 10 easiest things to accomplish. So, I wonder, which one of these things you like the best? What's the one you love?
God loves me.
God loves you. Whew. Love people, that's the one you like. I wonder if we could take 1 or 2 or 3 of these away and still have all the 10 best ways that we need. Maybe? Want to take a shot at it?
Well, the commandment the great commandment is to love God and to love others. So I guess that takes care of it.
So maybe these 2 up front, the love God, love neighbor, should take care of all the rest of these. Okay?
You wouldn't kill, and you wouldn't steal.
You wouldn't do any of these things if you took these first ones. Okay. What about don't serve other gods? That one bugs you? What, do you want to say more?
There are people all over the world who worship God in different ways, different practices, full of love. And that would seem to prescribe.
Go, Dad, go.
That would seem to prescribe the only way we can love God is one way, and I just don't believe that.
I wonder if this means the bigger God and there are other littler gods that this is referencing.
Well, if your God is that you like a fifth of whiskey every day.
That folks at home can hear. The concern is loving other gods and how narrow or wide do you want to define that? And if we're going to go narrow, we have a vote to take that one out. But I'm also hearing a sense that we'd like to keep it wide. Yeah? I'm getting some thumbs up in the back. Wide God. Wide understanding of God, right? Okay. Good. Did you have a thought?
Well, I was thinking when Jesus was asked what are the most important commandments, love God and love your neighbor. So that,
Jesus said, what are the most important ones? And he pointed right up front. Love God, love your neighbor. That's right, he did. In the back, yeah.
It's like a toolbox, and certain ones help the others, and sometimes you don't need one. If you have a hammer, you don't need a nail, but you need one if you're going to hammer a nail, but they can consist of two separate tools. How do you use them in what order to come to a conclusion on what to do?
We just went deep in the back. If this is a toolbox, what if sometimes you need another tool in the service of love? It's a great question.
There are very legitimate reasons for people to divorce.
Yep. There are very legitimate reasons for divorce. You want to look at that one again? I believe it says, don't break your marriage, which is a little different than don't get a divorce.
That happened in my family, but I'm not going to go into detail.
Yes, it's happened, I suspect, in all of our families.
My mom was not.
Yeah, so I wonder what this means to you.
Don't break your marriage. To me, that means ending it or breaking vows. Breaking vows. Also, don't break your vows while you are married.
Yeah, I wonder if this means stick with your covenant or end the covenant, but don't break the covenant. That'd be one way of interpreting this. Yeah. In the back, yeah?
I wonder if the break of your marriage might not cannot be separate from
The question in the back is, I wonder if, when we're talking about marriage, if the breaking is what happens that leads to the divorce. It's not the divorce itself, it's the what led you there.
Along those same lines, my first marriage, when my husband punched me in the face, I left him. So he broke the marriage by punching me.
That's right.
And I did the right thing by leaving someone who's abusive.
We have a testimony right here of how that worked.
And I did not. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah, if someone breaks I believe abuse would fall under a couple of these. That's right, and that is the breaking. Yeah, good example. I wonder if you see yourself in this whole story, right? We have the whole story through the sand and up the mountain and then the giving of the gift. And I wonder if you see yourself somewhere in that story.
Being on a journey.
Being on a journey.
Leaving something behind that was not good and going towards something good, but it's that journey that's hard.
Leaving something that wasn't good, moving towards something that is, but there's a journey in between. Yeah.
And when you reach the mountain peak or the summit, where you have this real journey to share that with the rest.
And so getting to the mountain turns out to not be the thing. It started to be, it wasn't the end goal, it was the start of something new. You could relate to the grumbling. Yeah. When are we going to get there? Are we there yet?
And getting things that are a lot of don't. Don't. I mean,
There's a lot of don'ts in here.
a lot of don'ts. And I walked all this way.
I walked all this way for a lot of don'ts. Is that what that sounds like? Yeah. You're not so sure. Well, that's fair. What about do tell the truth? Okay.
Keep your marriage, but when possible.
All right, we have a proposition over here to perhaps reframe these in positive language. We can do that.
Your brain doesn't hear no, it hears yes.
Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in as to where you are in this great story?
It takes a lot of patience and faith to stay on the journey. You have to trust that good will
So I'm hearing the journey takes a lot of faith because you don't really know where you're going and you don't know if it's going to get better. But you have faith that it will, and you keep rolling. Mm-hmm.
I know, like their journey, maybe get a divorce, pick yourself back up, go along, things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the group is symbolic of our lives
So
individually.
the group is symbolic of our lives in that we go along and we have we grumble or we have issues come to us, and pick yourself up and keep going along. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What if we're Moses? What if we're supposed to be Moses and teach these things to other people who are on our journey? I think that's the alarm that we are done with our wondering questions. So I'm going to put these back up, and I want you to just think about them one more time as I put them in. I'll say them out. Don't even want what others have. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't break your marriage. Don't kill. Honor your parents. Keep the Sabbath holy. Be serious when you say my name. Make no idols to worship. Don't serve other gods. Love people. Love God, for God loves you. Thus ends our lesson.